The air handler in the third floor is not getting any hot water. Well, it's getting hot water, but not that hot. It's on. First floor is off. Hot water tank's off. Valve up in the back. Seam's closed. So what I'm going to do is let's check the pressure of the boiler. How do you fix this? The button started sticking. So now it works every time. I took it apart, sprayed WD-40 in here, clicked it around a bunch of times. Now it's working again. In case anybody has switch problems with your light. Let's first check the pressure of the boiler. Take this off of here. I'll switch to hot water tank. That over. Got the gasket. Always make sure you have a gasket in there. You don't want to purge a boiler without a gasket. Now, if your boiler pressure is too high, this gray cylinder back here is your expansion tank. Half of it's supposed to be air, half of it's supposed to be water. I'm thinking more this is low pressure, not high pressure where I am, but it's just something to look into when you're working on a boiler. Boom, no pressure. Oh, that's a good reason on why I have no heat upstairs. I've been checking another zone. So I can't, with no pressure, get water that high up. Is that valve broken? No, no pressure. Okay, so my boiler has no pressure in it. Very little. Unless my gauge is frozen, which I doubt. Let's see. This is the tricky thing. This gauge here. Hard to read. But it's reading about almost 15 to 20. Now, going to this tank. If this was bad, this water, air, you won't hear the difference. Now my pressure feed is off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I hate seeing this off. It means either this leaks by, overfeeding my boiler, creating the expansion, the relief valve back there to explode, or the tank is starting to go. Somebody shut it off. So, well, first things first. Let's put water on to the boiler. I want to slow it first. Still not a lot, but yeah, I see why somebody shut it off. Got a leak here on the backflow, and my PRV valve isn't responding. I love being on call. This isn't going to be big enough. I'll have to go get the next size up. It might just be a little tight. Let's make it a little tight. The gasket's probably shut. Yeah, I'll come back to that. I probably have to replace both of these anyway. Oh, what a great spot. This is where the screwdriver Daniel was talking about will come in handy. There's a snap-on, he said, will work. I gotta look into it. Even my Malco, I can get in here with the stubby. But I would still need a blade big enough for this. drive it in. I don't want to make it respond, but these can be plugged up. Not allowing me to push. Yeah, I can't even push on it, so. Everything's coming out. Sounds like my valve is unresponsive because my gauge. Can't be that far. Promise to replace this. Looks like gonna be draining quite a bit. This has to go. Okay, so the PRV valve is now responding. I'm gonna have to take this off, cut, sweat, remove, replace the PRV valve. Okay, I gotta talk to the customer. I can let this fill, but unfortunately, it could end up leaking by now. All right, so turn this back off. I'm gonna replace both of these. Close off all the zones. So I'm not draining everything. Okay, that's open. I close the tank off. I don't need to. I can leave that open for now. But I will be closing that when I purge. Close this. Okay, that's closed. Unfortunately, if I close that, I'm not going to be able to pull this off. I hope this doesn't leak when I'm done. I hear air coming in. Close the tank. Oh, yeah, I have to cut this for the backflow. Nah, heat and pull. Missing a very important wrench. Here's my small tip. I gotta replace this. This thing bent. No time to play. A little tighter. This is just acetylene. There is a wrench. Yep. And I have a spark. Have my lint. Good. It opens. Let some fresh air in. There's no way I'll get this to spin, so even the backflow looks like it's slowly leaking, so this is almost pointless to do. And my new backflow isn't able to use that nut, is it? Nope. Let's make it easier. Since I'm going to cut it, let's pre-sand. Already to clean. Whew. Not the first, not the last time. Let's not turn this. Something that won't slip. Some awesome person used the blue block stuff. I hate that stuff. So instead of fighting with it, since it's here, I hate the stuff. Oh, we had a little pressure left. Not much. If it was wrong, I would take the Teflon and tear it out. Good enough. Take your gaskets out. Torches. Did I steal it? No, it's still here. Sometimes I steal them. I get bored. Excuse me. Clean. Clean. Scary thing is my backflow, my PRV valve is leaking by. Outlet. Which is making me believe that this is a bad idea. To do it there. There we go. Good one. That's it. Yeah. For the last spot. this is still adjustable. 2, 3, 4. Slappiness. That'll burn, whatever. I want to hit one spot in the back. I didn't get enough heat back there. Once it gets soft, it should pull like that. Because the heat pulls the solder around. You have all these rings. Want to cool it off? I got work through it. Second wrench is about to come. It leaks. Just check it out. Clean it out. I'm out of these on the truck, so. Tight. Now let's add some water. See how it operates. Just gonna hold it down low. Just gonna heat the solder. It's gonna solder itself. Let's put it. It's gonna do the same. High pressure. go. That's back on. Hose, let's move this. Some of that open, some of that open. Okay, everything's opened. Everything wants heat. Close. Actually, I'll close here. Some feeding pressure. And opening this up at the same time. Get the air out. Right now it's doing the storage. There shouldn't be much. That one's good. Now I'll do the upstairs. Open the relief. Oh well. Second floor zone valve is on. Maybe my gauge isn't reading good here. This one's done. My gauge could be bad from freezing sometimes. I try to WD it. Oh look, yeah, that one's not reading good pressure. Sounds like solid water's coming through. This is the third floor, so it takes a while for the water to get up there. 26 pounds. Just throttle the water in a little bit down. This sounds pretty good. Big house, but not big enough where I didn't circulate through. It's just a hot water coil. It's no baseboard. Okay. First floor had heat the whole time because they didn't need any pressure there. First floor zone is on. Okay. Just make sure your zone valves are on. Yeah, nope. 25 is good, 26. You don't want to go much above that without fear of popping the relief. Here comes air. That was the only zone I think air got into. Not that street water coming back around. Drop the feed off. I still got to bring pressure down a little. Let's open all my ball valves. Everything's open. try. Just how I like it. Oh. Now, this is what a bad expansion tank is going to look like. Let's have it closed. As we start to heat, still not moving water though. Oops. Let's move water. Dumbass. I had the valve shut. Or moving water. Let's keep the base on off. So I'm going to need to cool the boiler with that. We're up to 20 already, 74 return. Supply about 180 now. As we heat, this is going to keep climbing. If this was leaking by, this would always be right under 30. Then as it heats, it'll go up a little still. But if you're starting down around 15 or whatever, and then you come up to 30 and you blow in your relief, it's a bad tank usually. This tank is good though. We're already up to 25, 183 out. There's no reason for this boiler to be up this high in pressure. About temperature. Good. Let's open this zone. As cold water comes back, this will go down. I want to see this heat up. This is the zone that wasn't heating. But this can't go down. So it's still rising. So I do this. Expansion tank is becoming part of the system. I don't want to shock it. Upstairs is opened. No. Upstairs zone is off. Why? When I made that turn off. Here, we're back on. Very surprised the upstairs is off. It is a tall riser. Make sure this stopped leaking. Yes. 51. I'm waiting. Let me clean the tools a little that I used and got wet. There's my damper. 52. Now the heat's coming back. As you can see, heat's returning. Now the heat should be working upstairs. 3. Not warm enough yet, but slight run. All my Teflon tapes. $58, $59, it's shooting up now. Got some good heat returning now. $78, $91, $92. $100. Yeah, their heat's working upstairs now. Always good to keep 1/2 inch, 3/4 pipe in your truck, in your copper bag or box. Comes in handy. 150 return. Oh, just gotta finish cleaning up. Thanks for watching. Alright, so in this video, I am running into a system where the air handler is in the attic, so it's on the 3rd floor. The boiler pressure on the system was 0. So I hit the PRV valve, the pressure reducing valve, and I pushed in the stem on it, and then it started to feed. The customer wanted to replace it. Usually I wouldn't have to re-sweat the piping and everything, but I didn't have a female to female. I had a coupling, a sweat coupling side to a female side, so in order for me to do the repair, I had to change it, and the backflow preventer was also leaking at the nut. So I figured, you know what, might as well just do them both, because it's better to swap the backflow and the pressure reducing valve at the same time. A lot of times the backflows like to get all plugged up and gunked up, or the vent leaks or whatnot. So I mean, just swap them both. They should actually just pretty much be a combo. The expansion tank doesn't need to be swapped every time, because I mean, that expansion tank is probably going to be good for a few more years. But that was the reason why that boiler wasn't operating when it had 0 psi of pressure, was because it just didn't have the right head or lift for the water to get up high enough. Well, it's Sunday night. I'm exhausted. Right now it's about 10:30 and I finally finished all my calls. I've been on call this weekend. I have lots of different videos that you guys are going to see here and there spread out sporadically, slowly popping up. Hopefully it doesn't get as bad as the last time I was on call, because I'm just putting out like that Mitsubishi job. That was from December. Well, until next time, I'm Bill. I'm going to drive home and chill.